What's the hold up?
I am trying to lock onto the coordinates, but it appears there are more blockages.
Great, just what we needed.
I do believe there to be another way to get to your Fumos.
Go on.
A lot of the Forgotten Realms are connected to each other, so if we were to go through them first, we should be able to reach the main reality.
Well, I guess we don't have much of a choice. Let's get going. TF2 is very old, so old that it's soon legal to drink and drive. And since it's a very moddable game, it has some fantastic custom made game modes that unfortunately have been forgotten over time. Be it some racing mode, some weird spin on zombies or parkouring, you name it. And I want to let you all know that this is part 2 to a previous video I made, so if a certain mode doesn't appear, I might have covered it before. And to make this video more interesting as well, I'll be rating a mode based on how dead it is, so if it's 10 out of 10 it's completely dead, or if it's 2 out of 10 while forgotten it still is alive. So let's not waste any more time and let's get to our first mode. Wacky Races are really wacky. It has the same idea as the balloon race where you must race against the enemy team to win the game, but this time instead of riding on huge blimps you now drive in a van. Some notable aspects to this map are the bridge that you need to lower by pushing the lever down, then you have different cannons to shoot with it and this massive area to just move around it, with next to none invisible walls to hinder your exploration, and finally a big black wall that you must destroy to win the game. While I do prefer balloon race to it being more familiar to me, I can't deny how nostalgic this mode is, but man, there are like 0 servers hosting this, so I have to give it 10 out of 10 sadly.
Now I've seen everything.
Prophunt is a pretty fun mode. You disguise as a prop and try your best to blend in with the environment while avoiding the hunters that want you dead. It is really fun to try different strategies to trick the opponents, and with hunters you must think about when to fire, as every time you shoot you take some self damage. You can luckily heal yourself when the control point becomes active every now and then. This mode isn't too bad, but it's not fun with a low player count. Being a hunter with only one teammate can make the rounds really tedious, as the prop user can lose all attention when the only hunters are somewhere else, and trying to locate a prop alone isn't fun either. So sadly this gets 9 out of 10, as not a lot of people play this mode anymore.
That just ain't right.
Randomizer, what a silly mode that is. When you spawn you are given a random loadout that can either make you overpowered or absolutely useless. For example, you can be given a rocket launcher, charging tires and power jack as a scout, or be given rocket jumper, gunboats and fan of honor as pyro. It is one of my favorite old modes, but I won't lie that the RNG can get rather annoying, especially if the enemy is spawn camping you and all you get are crappy loadouts. And the vanilla version of this mode is pretty dead, as most servers run it along with 10 times. I'll give this 8 out of 10, as while there are servers running it, there are only few people playing it. Parkour Fortress is a fairly unique mode. The gameplay you see on the screen is the revamped version of the original, as the OG's development halted and this one doesn't have many people playing either sadly. Your objective is to complete a course in the shortest amount of time while doing some cool parkouring. I won't lie, it was a bit rough to learn the mechanics, as you needed to build speed over time to get across some of the gaps, but once you get the hang of it, this mode isn't too bad. You got some fun mechanics like leap, wall running, wall and pipe climbing and rope sliding. There's also a slide move, but it really fucked me over a couple of times, so I won't be mentioning it any further. This mode gets 9 out of 10, and it is a bit of a shame that there are no people playing, as while this is not my cup of tea, it is a very well made mode that should get the recognition it deserves.
Damn it, fellas!
I'll say it now, I do not like Jailbreak. It houses some of the most unfun and strictest people you will ever have the displeasure to play with. But you probably want to know why that is the case. Well, you see, you got the guards and prisoners are like sheep that follow some dumb commands like getting on some stupid line, and guards are supposed to make sure you follow the orders, otherwise you're dead. And every round one unfortunate soul has to pick up a warden to give those commands, and guess what? Everyone is being a smart ass about everything. You say go to the pool? Well, you must specify which side of this pool. You tell them to crouch walk there? Well, those fuckers will then start jump crouching and then complain when you didn't specify. About those minigames, you got some classics like Fall and Crush Game, Sweeper where you must avoid that one platform, and Trivia, which is pretty self-explanatory. And if everything goes well, the last remaining red can pick the last request that has some other neat things like Free Day, Hunger Games or Hide and Seek. Reds can also rebel against the guards, but it's fairly tough to do when the blue team has crits enabled. The maps that this mode has are ML Castle, which is Mario inspired level, Minecraft, that is Minecraft team map with really neat easter eggs, and Castle Arena, which is inspired by maximum security prison in Australia. So is the mode dead? No, it's like 4 out of 10, but I do not recommend trying the mode if you don't wish to feel dead after being done.
And they said I was whoring, yes man!
Good night, Irene.
Did you know that before the 2023 summer update that added the Versus Section Hell script mode, there used to be one in 2010 that worked as a source bluching mode? And did you know that there's an extension called Parkour Fortress 2 that adds plenty more bosses? I mean, I'm sure you all remember that, there's no way I am that old. So let me talk about Versus Hell. You fight against Hell and try your best to eliminate him. But since you go against a powerful foe, your weapons are also boosted in different ways like faster, uber, mini and full-on crits and so on. But since Parkour Fortress 2 is used this mode but more expanded, the OG Hell has been long forgotten, so it gets 9 out of 10. But what about its younger brother FF2? Luckily it still has a niche dedicated player base. Being able to fight against so many different custom bosses really makes this mode unpredictable and fun. And some of these bosses have different abilities as well, like some have 2 lives, time stop or just being able to cause a big explosion. One major complaint I have with this mode is that since it's based on the arena mode, dying early really sucks. As you are now forced to wait until the next round. And if this keeps repeating, well, I guess you get the idea by now. The maps that this mode has are Manco HQ, which takes place at the Saxton's headquarters, Castle Cheese, which is this awesome medieval castle level, and finally Wacky Races, my favorite map that is based on location with the same name in Toho. So for this mode I'll give it 2 out of 10 as it still has people playing and even dedicated player base to keep making new stuff for it. And that's all the modes for today. It is really funny how over the 18 years of existence some people have come up with some really unique and fun modes while others, well, I made a tier list on how enjoyable the modes this time around were and I will let it do the speaking. If this video does well, I'd be interested in doing third part, so do like the video if you want to see that, comment down below your own favorite modes from today or modes you will want to see, subscribe for more source related videos and have a nice day.
You've done well cleansing these shards.
Kind of my job. And who are you? You've been following me around lately.
Oh, I'm just an old oracle who wishes to observe your work. You've done well so far, fixing the realities, getting rid of these nasty stones.
Wait, how do you know about this?
I've been observing you for a while now, Trashbot 8K.
Well, nice to know that someone finally acknowledges my efforts.
You have done a great job putting everything back together, but I wish to warn you as well.
What do you mean?
A maleficent force approaches, and the battle it brings will decide everything. But not all is lost. To defeat this evil, you must look inward and become uncomfortably aware of your darker thoughts. Only that way are you able to save the world.
I do not understand. Who is coming? What do you mean with all of this?
Trash, there you are. I got your fumos here. You really need to stop ordering so many, the base is nearly full of them. So, who are you just talking to?
I'm uncertain.
Well, at least you got rid of the blockage, and I got your stuff now, so how about we go take these back to the base?
Yeah, we probably should.
ふもふも。